Welcome to the Beware Horror Reel, your home for everything horror. On this edition of the Beware Horror Reel, up on the chopping block, we got Invitation. The Invitation was produced by Game Changer Films and XYZ Films, and was distributed by Draft House Films. The movie The Invitation, this to me, this kind of spoke out to me a little bit, because I always believed something like this would probably end up happening to me at some point. What The Invitation is about, it's about a group of friends who have not seen each other in about 2-3 years, something like that, end up getting an invitation from one of their old friends to come to have dinner at the house. And this little old friend party. They find out, these people haven't seen each other in years. All the friends end up getting the invitations. They all show up. They haven't seen her in a while. Why they haven't seen her? It's because she and her ex-husband, who was also invited to the party, at one point in the past, they had a child. The child ended up dying, and they were having a real hard time grieving. They ended up, because of the grief over the child dying, they ended up getting a divorce. Things went to hell, and then kind of, that whole clique, if you will, just kind of disbanded. They stopped kind of hanging out. Things got weird. So what she does is she now has a new husband. She's trying to move on with her life, and she sends out these invitations to bring all the old friends back. All the old friends show up. They all come back to this dinner party, whatever you want to call it. It's actually a party. It's kind of dinner, so I guess dinner party would be the accurate terminology for this. They all come back, and they meet the new husband, and he's really nice, and everything is just really, really strange about the evening. It's, the ex-husband there, the ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, he's there, and he notices things about the whole evening are just really weird. How they're acting, why they even, out of the blue, they got these invitations were sent out, and why did they want to be friends again already? And how he saw his ex-girlfriend, his ex-wife acting, she was like, why are you acting this way? Like, she was almost acting as if they never had a child. It was kind of no big deal. It was kind of, oh, he died, but yeah, we're moving on. Things are fine. As they're going, throughout the night happen, things are going on, they're enjoying dinner, having a good time, reminiscing, blah, 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 blah. They end up, there's a knock on the door, and it ends up being a total stranger to everyone in the house except for the new husband who's there. It's a gentleman and kind of a crazy chick. They come, they are now part of the party, and they're kind of weirding everybody out too, because they are really strange individuals. You can't quite put your finger on it, but they're something not right with them. And when this happens, when they actually knocked on the door, now the old husband realizes and sees that the new husband, after he lets them in, he's locking all the doors. So people are kind of they're all being locked in the house. All the windows have bars on them. Something just is not right. So now with all these things are added up, now the ex-husband, the father of the child, now if he finally, after, all this stuff is building up, he sees the doors are locked, bars on the windows, she's taking pills, she's acting like the kid wasn't there, things are just so strange. He kind of stands up and says, what the hell's going on here? Something is weird, something's not right. What is going on? So, they kind of find some things out here. The party goer that never showed up, and then they thought there was something happened to him, ends up showing up. Things kind of settle down a little bit, and then what happens is the wife and now the new husband, who are throwing the party for everybody, and their two friends kind of make everybody watch a video. This video is basically for a grief support group that they ended up joining, in which they learned that the two friends who showed up are also a part of. And she had joined this after the child had died. This is where she met her new husband. And the whole video, as they're watching it, some of them are kind of into it, like, okay, they understand why she was doing it and all that, but others are getting this really weird feeling from that. It's almost like a cult, or like they're just trying to brainwash these grieving people who are already vulnerable, and they're trying to brainwash them and literally get them into the cult. He kind of says this, he freaks out, he has a whole, this is now the father of the dead child and the ex-husband kind of freaking out about all this, and, you're brainwashed, what is this, a cult, this and that, things all freaking out. They try to settle the situation down. He's snooping now because he's just very paranoid about all of this. It doesn't feel right to him. So he starts snooping, and on a laptop, he finds, I believe it's an email, where he finds some paperwork from the invitation describing exactly what's going on there, why they even sent these invitations out, and he finds out that they were invited to this house because They were literally brought there to be killed by the new husband and the wife. In this support group, cult type thing, whatever, how they basically can move on and put all the past and pain behind them is by putting the pain behind them and killing those people that were associated with all of that pain. And as soon as they were able to take out of all that pain, that's when they'll be able to move on and they won't feel pain at all anymore. And now the ex-husband finds this out. He starts running out of the room because he wants to save everybody. By this time, they're already serving wine to everybody. He comes into the room, he starts slapping all the glasses out of everybody's hands, telling them, oh, they're poisoning us, they're trying to kill us, this is what's going on. You know, they obviously are like, yo, calm down, you're freaking out now. He looks like he's the crazy guy. But unfortunately, he got to the room a second too late, and one of the dinner party goers, took a sip out of that glass, and she ended up falling to the ground and dying. And at this point, this is when everybody now realizes what is really going on. And now, their old friend, the mother of the dead child, she is now with this new husband and their two friends, and they are attempting to kill everybody in this house. And now it gets crazy, like any good horror movie will. When now things have gotten real now. You know, people got to die, people are getting killed left and right. There's a whole bunch of craziness going on. You know, they're fighting to the death. There's how can you save this person? How can you do this? How can you do that? Blah, 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 blah. Not going to give you how things go down, because it's one of these movies, it's a horror movie here. It was a nice little twist there at the ending, because you think, oh, cool, you know, oh, great, yeah, they survive, cool, whatever. But now, this may not be over. It's great potential to lead up to a sequel. If there was a sequel, I'd probably end up watching it just to see, because I actually enjoyed this movie. Because I enjoyed The Invitation, I'm going to go ahead and give it 3 Screaming Virgins. That's right, 3 Screaming Virgins for The Invitation. It was definitely interesting. I think you guys should definitely check it out. You won't be disappointed too much. That's all I got for you on the Horror Reel this time around. If you enjoyed this review, please let me know. If you hated this review, please let me know down in the comments. You can send me an email. You can hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Gmail, Snapchat, all those things. I got them all. Hit me up. Let me know what you think, you thought of this review, or any of my other reviews. If there's something you want to see on the Horror Reel, please let me know, and I'll get it on the Horror Reel for you as soon as I possibly can. That is all I have for you this week on the Horror Reel, or on this edition of the Horror Reel. Hope to see you all back next time, and remember, if you're not down, beware.